the whole thing. This bike will be like new when he comes to pick it up and start riding it again. Crank, all new bearings, top end, piston. Show you how to take the motor out and show you what's going on in the motor, how to take it apart. We got this, one of our really good customers that we've had for years brought us 19 Honda CRF450 in just because it has a lot of hours on it. We're going to do complete suspension, just servicing the suspension, greasing the linkage, but we're going to do the motor. We're going to do a crank, all new bearings, new top end, piston. We're going to do, everything to make the motor up to new standards. So we're going to have you guys follow along. I'm going to go ahead and take the gas tank and the seat and get it ready, but then we're going to show you how to take the motor out and show you what's going on in the motor, how to take it apart and what's going on with it. We'll see if we find any problems, because he said it has a little bit of a noise to it, a little bit of a knock. It still runs, but he's just making some weird noises, so we're going to try to see if we see anything wrong with that. But we're basically changing everything inside. Getting ready to pull the engine out of our 2019 CRF450, and just as I'm taking it apart, I'm thinking, this bike is really clean. It's in really good shape. Even under the tank and everything is nice and clean. I like working on stuff like this. It's in good shape. On our 19 CRF450R project, we got everything unbolted, ready to take the motor out. We got the suspension off. That's going to get serviced. The Hondas are the hardest bike to work on for sure. I take a lot off just because I like it. I like to make it as easy as possible. But yeah, there's a lot of wiring you have to disconnect, a lot of things you have to get out of the way. I take the valve cover off because it gives you a little bit more room. And now we're just going to take the motor out. You just got to find the perfect way to turn it, the perfect sequence to get it in and out. And sometimes it's tricky, but I usually just kind of lift it up, kind of start turning it. Find openings to where you can stick things. There it is. Ready to break it open and rebuild it all. I always forget this little 8mm jobby that's down here. We have to make sure everything's clean because it's got this rubber and this stuff everywhere. So we're going to take the oil pump out just to make sure it's clean. Now we're going to take the clutch side apart. It's got a nice Recluse torque drive clutch, and I have a feeling all that rubber came from this. The rubbers in the back of the clutch basket are gone. So we're going to have to replace that clutch basket. The problem was the clutch basket. So if you want to see the video on the clutch basket, click the link below and we'll show you the video about the clutch basket, what happened to the rubbers, how to fix it. And if you want to watch the whole video on what the damage that the rubber did going through the motor, as far as getting in the crank, getting in everything, that you can't just put a new clutch basket in and go ride your bike because it will do damage. So please watch the whole video. But now it's just a matter of splitting the cases, cleaning all the rubber, changing the bearings. We got top end. So with all that's going to be new, but we just got to make sure every passage, everything is clean of rubber. We have the cases split, and as you can see, there is this rubber stuff from the clutch cushions everywhere inside this motor. So we're gonna have to take all the bearings out. We got all new ones. We're gonna clean it, flush it, blow it all out. As you can see, there's this rubber stuff is just everywhere. So things needs to be really cleaned. All the passage is blown out, bearings changed. Now we're taking the transmission out because we got to clean everything really good. Okay, we got the transmission out, shift forks out. They don't look like they have too much stuff on them. We're still going to go through and check everything and clean it. Yeah, see the rubber, pieces of rubber on the shift forks. You can see there's a lot of rubber in here. Now what we got left to do is we're going to put it in our cleaning tank, and we're just going to clean everything and change all the bearings and put it back together. We got the transmission all cleaned up, but every single hole in the shaft that feeds the oil, every single hole in the gears, everything was plugged with rubber. So I had to take picks and pick all the rubber out, blow it all out, clean it all really good because everything was full of rubber. So I got everything clean, got all new bearings in the motor, motor's clean. I flushed every hole, every orifice, everything was full of rubber. So got it all out. So now we're just gonna start putting it back together. We're gonna put the tranny back in. Okay, now we're going to put the shift forks in. Actually, I already put the back one in because I kind of put that in when I put the transmission in. It's just kind of sitting there right now. So I like to put assembly lube on the fingers as I put them in on the groove. You put it in. Then you get the shaft and you just run the shaft through them. When putting the shift forks in, Honda's nice enough to mark them. You can see the L on that one. That means left. There's an R on the one that's already in down here at the bottom, and this one that goes on the main shaft has a C on it for center. That means it goes in the center groove. This one goes in the right groove, and this one goes in the left groove on the shift drum. After you have the shift forks in place, then you just want to run the shafts, make sure they're in their proper grooves, make sure they're in the part of the gears they need to be in, and you run the rod through it. That's what holds them in place. Okay, tranny's in, shift forks are all in, spins nice. The next thing we're going to do is put our freshly rebuilt brand new crank in. We got new main bearings, counterbalancer bearings. I really like I use a lot of assembly lube. I put assembly lubes on all the shafts, on the gears, I put assembly lube on the bearings. And then we're going to drop the crank in. Okay, we've got all the new bearings in this side too, all cleaned up, all the orifices, everything is blown out, so there's no oil in anything. We got the oil pump in, the counterbalancer in, crank, transmission, gasket, and we're just going to put the cases together. We've already changed the counter shaft seal and the shift shaft seal. Slight tap with a mallet to make sure the cases are down all the way. Okay. Make sure everything spins good. Now we're just going to put the bolts in, torque them to spec, and then we'll start on the rest of the motor. We use the same Japanese torque wrenches that all the race teams use, and we torque every bolt to spec. Now we're going to torque the oil pump bolts to spec. We also like to install brand new timing chains whenever we do motors. So this one's getting a brand new timing chain. We're also going to torque this to 10 Newton meters. And I always Loctite bolts like this. I don't like to use red, I like them strong Loctite. On our CRF450 build, I went ahead and put the shift mechanism in. I use lots of assembly lube in here, put that all in, the oil pump gear on. And this stuff is all the stuff for the electric starter. You got a clutch here, which I had to take completely apart because it was full of rubber. So I got all this in, I've got the gears all on here, everything's lubed up, ready to go. Now on this tensioner, you put it on top dead center, and you got to line these dots up perfectly so the counterbalancer will be in line with the crank. I already had to do all this because my producer had to go run some errands, so I had to wait for her to get back. So I just went ahead and did this stuff. We got the whole bottom end complete, changed the water pump, got a mechanical seal, put all that in. We still got to put this side cover on, but that's no big deal. We put a 13.5 to 1 CP piston in here. And I got the head all cleaned up, lubed up, ready to go back on. Got all the rubber out of every orifice and everywhere it was. So basically, now it's just time to set the head on. The bolts in, torque the spec. We'll put the cam in, timing chain, check the valves, and it's ready to go back in the bike. Getting ready to put the motor in. We're just gonna, I got it sitting here right now. I like to keep the valve cover off because it gives you that much more room to clear to slide the motor in. Then once the motor's in, the valve cover just goes on real simple. So you just got to find a way to set it in. I like going this way, and you just kind of wiggle it in. Okay, we got it in. Now we're just going to line up everything. Put the motor mount bolts in, the motor mount, swing arm. Already greased the swing arm and linkage, swing arm, then throttle body, air body. I just assemble the bike back together. We still got to service the suspension and put that back on, but we're going to try and get this bike wrapped up. Our 19 CRF450 project is done and got new crank, new piston, all new main bearings, new tranny bearings, counterbalancer bearings, new clutch basket, pretty much everything clean and gone through and blown out because there was rubber everywhere, even in the oil pump, everything. So it's all new. We refreshing the suspensions fresh, the shocks fresh. So basically this bike's like brand new. Fire it up, see how it sounds. Ready to go. And please don't forget to subscribe.